Mr. Chair, I started the recording, so you can start the meeting.
Thank you, Michael. So we're going to call to order the Barrio Historico Historic Zone Advisory Board meeting for Monday, July 13th at 4 p.m. And we will do a roll call. Darren Clark, not here. Paolo De Lorenzo here. Hope Hennessy
Here.
here. Mitch,
Here.
Philip Naher, no. Stephen Paul
Here.
here. And then Mauro Trejo is not going to be here because he is recovering from jaw surgery. So we have review and approval of April 13th, 2026 and June 8th, 2026 legal action report minutes. Has anybody want to make a motion to approve those?
I also move.
I second.
Okay, I'm gonna go around. Mitch,
Yes.
Paolo, yes. Stephen, yes.
Yes.
And Hope.
Hope yes.
Perfect. Call to audience. Michael, do we have any audience comments?
Mr. Chair, we don't.
Okay, great. So item number 4, we have a presenter from the city of Tucson today that's going to talk about curb access ramp projects that is going to be happening in the barrio. What was your name, sir?
Gabriel Ruscon.
Gabriel?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Gabriel, thanks for taking the time to give us an update on this. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
So let me
Gabriel,
add this.
Gabriel,
Yes.
before you go, I just want the board to understand Gabriel is here just to give you, this is an informational presentation. The board is not required to take any action on this, but because this project is happening within the historic preservation zone, it's a right of way project. We felt that it would just be good for you to at least have an idea of what is going on so you don't just see the work being done. Of particular interest to us in the historic preservation was to make sure that it does not have any negative impact on any historic properties that are within the zone or that archaeological disturbance is not going to be very impactful. So we thought that it would be a good thing for Gabriel to give you this brief presentation. When the project starts, at least you will see it and know that they have talked to you about this project. Again, as I said, it's purely informational, just so you're aware of what is going on. So I will turn it over to Gabriel, where you probably discuss the methodology that is being used for this project. Typically, history review, we don't look at right of way projects unless they are those ones that really have some big impact on the streetscape or on any archaeology, or we have some negative impact on the historic zone. This one does not appear to staff as if it does. But we thought that somebody from Department of Transportation and Mobility should give you a rundown of what is going on. Gabriel, do you want to share your screen or you're just discussing? Because
I can share my screen.
Okay, let me make you a co-host here.
Okay.
So that you can share your screen so the board can have an idea of what you're talking about.
Perfect.
You can share your screen now.
Excellent. All right. Let me know if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So thank you for the introduction, Michael. Again, my name is Gabriel Ruscon. I'm an engineering project manager for the City of Tucson Department of Transportation. I'm in charge of all the Proposition 411 residential roadway improvement projects. If you're not familiar with that, that's a proposition that passed about 3 years ago. And it was an extension of a half-cent sales tax and a promise or a commitment by the city to improve all the residential roads in the city of Tucson by some form of application that best suited the road. So Barrio Viejo, I came to talk about curb access ramps, but what I wanted everybody to be aware, there is a roadway improvement project awaiting this area. The problem is it's awaiting Tucson main water line work from Tucson Water. This is not uncommon in a lot of the neighborhoods. So we've been partnering with a lot of the major utilities, showing them where we're going to be working. Because what we don't want is that we mill and pave a brand new road, and then they're like, oh, we have emergency utility work in the area. So now we're going to tear up your millions of dollars of work that you just did. So fortunately, or unfortunately, Barrio Viejo is one of those areas. It's got water line work that is, as of right now, Tucson Water has said it's going to be done in March or April of 2027. But we wanted to show the neighborhood some type of movement as part of these roadway improvement projects. ADA, the American with Disabilities Act, does require that we improve any existing curb access ramps and bring them up to code. So anything that's out of compliance, because we're doing new asphalt, we've got to improve those ramps. So we're doing things a little bit backwards. We've evaluated the area, and we're doing the ramps first. And it'll be helpful because what that means is that by the time the paving comes in March, April, we will cut the project time more than half because concrete work takes a long time. So that's what we decided to initiate. So this right here is your general project limits of the Barrio Viejo area. But what I came to present today is the ramps. And I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm happy to zoom in any particular area. But these are all the ramp locations that we determined need to be brought up to current spec. There's 46 of them. And what does current spec mean? So there may be a ramp out there, but it exceeds a cross slope, or it doesn't have the domes, little bumps on the end of the ramp, or it may have just different, or it's not compliant. So that's what we're bringing up to code. One thing about these projects is that we are only required to bring up to code an existing ramp. So if you've got a corner that doesn't have a ramp, we won't be installing a new ramp. And there are plenty cases where we understand it's justified, but we always have to remind people the way this ballot language was written and the way this proposition passed is these are roadway dollars. The curb access ramp improvement component is kind of a byproduct that came with it. So that being said, these are the 46 ramps that we will be improving. We're looking to begin this work August 9th, and it should take us about 60 days to complete. So that would be through October 10th. Impacts to vehicle travel is limited. Impacts to pedestrian travel, we try to maintain one side of the road as best we can. So for instance, here where we have 3 ramps, we would work on the north 2 ramps so that you've got travel east-west along the south side. And then once the north side is done, then we flip-flop. And we do that at every intersection just because we do have a requirement to maintain pedestrian access at all times. There are summer hours. We do get this a lot. I don't know if you're familiar. There was an Arizona state mandate that passed for health and safety reasons. Work can begin in the summer at 5 a.m. Pours are allowed to start 1 hour before. And the reason they say that is the pouring is not quite as loud as jackhammering and removals. So hours of operation will probably be, it's a little bit dark by this time. So they may not be exactly at 5, but I always like to give people a heads up. The state does allow work 5 a.m. to about 7 p.m. After October 15th, we do make them change those hours down to about 7. And what else can I say? There is historic stamping in the area. We have addressing on curb lines. Sometimes we have a stamp inside the ramp that's got like historic contractor insignia. So we do have a process. It's a 3-step process. And this is what the Historic Preservation Office reviewed. Priority 1 is that we build a ramp without disturbing any historic stamping. So no disturbance. The stamp stays in place. We're able to squeeze in the ramp elsewhere. If that is not possible, we cut out the historic stamp, we place it off to the side, we build our ramp, and then we incorporate that stamp exactly where it was before within the new concrete. So you've got your old original historic stamp concrete embedded into the new concrete so that when it's all said and done, it looks as best it can like it did before. Sometimes that's not possible. You've got really old concrete and it crumbles and you can't handle it. So we're taking a mold of all the existing stamps so that if we can't build it without disturbance and when we do remove it, it breaks, we've got the mold that we will set into the wet concrete exactly where it was before. So that's the three-step process that we've been doing in historic neighborhoods and that's been approved by the Historic Preservation Office. So there is minimal tree trimming, not as much as when we do roadways, but we keep it to a minimum. It's usually so that people can work and so it's not a hazard to pedestrians. In a lot of these areas, things are overgrown and you've got a mesquite tree, tapping your head, a little bit dangerous. So very minimal tree trimming. We will send out mailers a couple weeks in advance that'll have my name and number, our public information's office name and number. It'll have a website so that you can go on to the website and check project updates. And that's about it. Hopefully I didn't throw you guys too much information all at once, but I'm happy to answer any questions or if anybody's got any comments or concerns.
Gabriel, do you know, Stephen Paul here, do you do you have a sense of the how extensive the sewer and drainage work will be? Will they be like, digging up the streets, or is it all kind of what is that going to look like?
You talking about the Tucson water work that's planned?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know, Stephen. It's a Tucson water project, and I don't know to what degree it's mainline water work. I mean, it's probably going to be pretty intense, which is why we're waiting. I wish I had more to offer, but I would reach out to Tucson Water.
Okay.
Gabriel,
All
do you
right.
know which roads that's going to impact? Do you know that?
I
You don't.
I don't, and I feel like I should know, but not a transportation project.
Yeah. I have a question. So if you zoom in on Convent and Cushing Street, or actually you can go to Meyer and Cushing Street, there's the two. So some of that curb work was done already, I believe. Right where if you go up with your hand, your pointer, one more up, and then the next block to the right. So were those two there done already?
We can check. So paving here, but not new ramps.
Not new ramps.
Correct. And
Okay.
so this joint right here, when they
Uh,
do pave, that'll be the project limit. So you'll get new paving from this point south. But yeah, this ramp is out of compliance, and so is this one.
Okay. Now, I know that they did new ramps on Convent and Cushing Street, which would be the next block east of
So
those two blue ones.
I went west, but I know what you're talking about because
Yeah.
these have since been done also.
Yeah. And so my question with that is that the company that did the work, I mean, they did a nice job with the concrete work, but they got concrete all over the historic sidewalk there and brick pavers, and nobody went back to clean that up. And so, what's going to be the process for dealing with that on all these other curb improvements or ramp improvements?
Um, what? I'm sorry to hear that the last contractor was a little bit messy. That does happen. That's not uncommon. We just do general housekeeping, concrete in small amounts. It dries, turns into a powder. You wet it, and you should be able to sweep it off. So we'll just make sure we keep good housekeeping practices.
Okay. That one just has concrete splatter everywhere, and it's been there, and that's not coming off without major work. So I think it'd be nice to try and prevent that from happening on these future ramps.
Yeah, I agree. And we will make sure we are on top of that.
Okay. Anybody else have questions? That's a no, I guess. Gabriel, thanks for your time.
Yes, thank you guys. I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
So any questions between now and then, please don't hesitate to reach out. Otherwise, plan on seeing us out there early August.
Cool.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Gabriel.
So agenda item number 5 is the design guidelines discussion. I think, Hope, do you want to take over this?
So, Mr. Chair, just for the record, Darren joined the meeting. I have him joining at 4:12 p.m.
Cool. Well, Darren, welcome.
Thank you. My apologies. I had a little rain conflict.
Yeah.
Same here, I did too.
Everybody.
Okay, well, I know that Desiree shared the AI generated condensed version draft of the guidelines. And I think the next step, well, I wonder what you all think the next step is. I think we need to possibly divide up work and assign all. I think we should check it against the originals, just to make sure nothing was dropped off. Now, actually, I'll step back. Process. The originals were uploaded. I asked ChatGPT to evaluate them for consistency and repetitiveness. So it was assigned that. I also uploaded the UDC, and I'm looking at this, different guidelines that our guidelines draw from: Historic Preservation Zone Technical Standards Manual and the Secretary of Interior Standards for Rehabilitation. So those were used as the backdrop, and the result was that we didn't have to reference them specifically, if that makes sense. They're kind of baked into it, which I think is good. So two things. I want to make sure we haven't missed anything, and I have not done this. I have not done a really close pick, and part of it's because it's not a direct match. It's not like we can say section 1 is a new version of this section 1, right? It just took the whole thing and really did condense and reorganize it. So we need to agree on a process for double checking, and then also we need to then tackle a plan for images, supporting images or drawings. So I wonder how you want to do that.
Hope, how, so I missed this. I didn't see that yet. So my apologies for that. But so I haven't seen the new, the AI version. But what's your take? Like, first of all, how much shorter is it?
It's significantly shorter. I think it's
20
well,
pages.
yeah, but that doesn't include images. But I do think we were up to more like, actually, I should look up what we were, like in the 45-page realm. And we had very few photos in there, but this doesn't even have any of the maps we want to include. I mean, can you, like, part of me thinks we can sketch out, we can just do a general, well, maybe I could just like a general structural assessment, like an outline of it. I could do that, like, so we know what we're dealing with, like a table of contents. The overview section, I feel like Desiree tackled that last time, or like most recently, and so I would love it if she would do that. And then I'm just looking at this.
As far as images go, we should be able to use, I mean, at least like a lot of the images we had, right?
Mhm. Well, six, I'm counting number of sections. Eight. There are 12 sections.
Am I understanding you correct, Hope, that we just need to really confirm that nothing substantive was kind of removed and
Yeah,
overlooked? Like that's like kind of our next.
yeah. And I think the hope is that we're going to look at this and say, oh no, it caught everything. But
Uh-huh.
we'd be remiss if we did not check it. I see 12 sections and I wonder if we could each take two. I don't know. I'd have to count like how many there are on the phone. Like if we would all be willing to take responsibility for making notes on two sections and then come back together next time.
And what we would be doing is checking against our original, correct?
Yes. So we have that. Um, I mean, I could send this to Desiree, the documents and the assignments. You can just make it up. Like, is anyone? So we've got like Paulo, Stephen, Mitch, myself, and Darren. That's five of us. And I'm pretty sure Mauro would take this, if everybody took two sections, he's already looked at this. So I could assign us all two.
Yeah, could I get section 7 through 9?
That's three sections. Yes. Follow 7 through 9. All right, speak now if you want to. So Stephen, these would be in the agenda if you have a link to that right now.
Okay.
Um, if anyone else wants to call out. So again, I'm going to try to give the summary overview business to Desiree. So section 1 is purpose and applicability. Section, where's section 2? I gotta get page, historic character of Barrio Historico. Section 3, development pattern and urban form. Section 4, historic buildings and rehabilitation. Section 5, new construction. Section 6, additions. Section 7, streetscape, landscape, courtyards. Section 8, walls, fences, gates, site features. 9, materials, windows, doors, roofs. I mean, that's screaming your name, Stephen.
Oh, well, that was
Oh,
really
wait, Paul already took it. Sorry. Section 10, commercial, institutional, and mixed-use properties.
Hmm.
11,
Steve,
sustainability and utilities.
I'll volunteer for the first two sections.
Okay.
And I mean, those are maybe a little lightweight, but so I'm willing to.
No, I don't think so.
I think
Pardon?
after we do this, won't we kind of like cross-pollinate again just to double check?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to suggest to Desiree that it live in a Google Doc. Is everyone comfortable with that? Stephen, anybody else?
Totally.
So I think, yeah, everything should be added as a comment, maybe, or just clearly a proposed edit.
I can take 10 and 11.
Okay. Um, Darren. Mitch, anything pique your interest?
I mean, I can do whatever. Thanks.
You want to do um development pattern and urban form. Maybe that's good for you as an architect. Historic buildings and rehabilitation. Those are short.
This document is a lot shorter.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take I'm just assigning myself 5 and 6. And let me see. Maybe I'll just
So
take 12 also. And then I think that's it.
who's been Mitch is taking what section?
3 and 4.
So
And
as we go through these, sorry, go ahead, whoever that was.
yeah, it's me. Darren, which section is Darren taking?
10 and 11,
10 and 11.
commercial, institutional, mixed use.
And Hope, you're taking 12 and what?
5, 6, and 12.
So in summary, I have Desiree doing the overview. I have
Mhm.
Paulo doing section 7 to 9. I have Paul doing sections 1 to 2. I have Darren doing section 10 and 11. I have Mitch doing section 3 and 4. I have Hope doing section 5, 6, and 12. Does that sound right?
Yep.
So as we go through these, we should probably be looking at past images that were appropriate for our sections, and then either making suggestions as to, improving on them, or anyway, we should start addressing the imagery as well, correct?
I think that's wise. So I would say, like now what's not in here, remember those old-fashioned little maps?
Mhm.
I don't even know how useful those are, but maybe they are. But I don't, and I also think we're missing a general like border of the entire district. So those are obvious things that need to be in here. And then, yeah, I guess like as you go through your section, if it's something clear, like, oh, we're in the window section, we should have pictures of windows.
Can I make a little formatting suggestion? Like maybe at the beginning of this, we have a little guideline for like, oh, if we're going to reference previously written copy and bring that back into the new edit, that's a particular color. If I'm generating new copy that I believe needs to be updated and revised, that's a particular color. So or whatever their suggestions are. So there's just some kind of cohesion when you read through this, that there's a cohesion in editing in some basic level, so we can have a
Yeah.
understanding as we get 5 people from 5 different vantage points. Or is that overkill?
Well, I know like changing font colors while you're editing is a pain. Like I was thinking of in Google, like when you're doing in edit mode,
Just some
you can
basic,
edit.
like
Yeah.
I can see us incorporating old copy from our original guidelines and saying this is superior and we need to reincorporate this, or generating
So
new copy, or I guess
so
it
I think
maybe
in
this is
that case,
overkill.
the section that you want to make a comment on should be highlighted and then add a comment. And you can, in that comment, add suggested replacement text
Okay.
or questions. I think the comment function is going to keep the document clean.
Okay. I just wanted some cohesion so we're kind of
Yeah,
all
no,
at the same, moving in the same direction.
yeah.
And are we
So
going to wait to get this on a Google Doc, Hope, before doing?
Yes, I think so. So it's not, it should, I delivered it as a Google Doc, I believe. So let me, I was going to send Desiree and you, Michael,
mhm.
just to make sure, like those two, the original, which is an attachment, I think, and the draft, this AI draft as a Google Doc. So let me make sure and get that together.
So to be clear, these sections for the AI document, you are going, anybody who has the section, you are comparing it with the original document that you had, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then my next question is, at the last meeting when you had here, there was a subcommittee that was created to
Yes.
Is the subcommittee of Hennessy, Glad, and Rory. Is that subcommittee still in place, or this new assignment replaces the subcommittee?
I think we kind of tackled this first pass. And in the end, it was just kind of me finally getting my act together to do the prompting. I mean, at this point, that subcommittee, I think we need all hands on deck, is what
Okay,
I would say.
so
You know,
yeah, so by with this new assignment, so the subcommittee is technically dissolved.
I mean, that's okay with me unless anyone else feels differently.
No, Hope, you did this, so fantastic.
Because I'm just trying to figure out what if the subcommittee still exists or what's the process. We as staff just want to know exactly what is going on. So if you have already assigned all the sections to individual members, then I don't think the subcommittee has any function now,
Yeah, I think
except
that's right.
that Hope is like the overall driver of this, that we can always reach out to you or something.
Yeah.
So the expectation is, do you have a timeline for this? Is it expected that by next month, by next meeting, people would have finished their assignments? Or
I like that idea.
I'm not,
Is a
I'm
month
not,
enough time for
sorry,
everybody?
I'm just suggesting, I'm not, you know, I'm just saying that the board should at least have, maybe let's create a timeline for which we can expect to have the full results back.
Yeah, I think we should come
If
to the next
that's, if
meeting
that's
with this,
yeah.
with our homework done.
Yeah, I think so too.
Or maybe let's come to the next meeting and see where we are, and then maybe at that time we can set the timeline. I don't know. It's up to the board.
Let's set a deadline for next meeting to have comments.
Yeah.
I'd like it.
So, Michael, when we have to post the agenda, I'm wondering if maybe we're not allowed to post Google Docs on an agenda. It has to be an attachment.
Yeah.
Ah,
I will probably need to ask our website team to see if they
mhm.
can do that, but so far I don't think they do that.
So maybe then the trick is to have our homework done like the day before the agenda is required to be posted so that Desiree can convert it into a regular document just for the agenda's purpose.
Yeah, we can do that.
So what date would that be?
For the next meeting, let me check. So the next meeting will be August the 10th. Our date for posting the agenda will be Monday, August the 3rd. If we can get all the information before that Monday, that would be great. But Monday,
So that
if
would
we
be
do,
Friday, July 31st.
yeah, if we do that, that would be great.
Okay.
If that is not too soon for the board.
We're on a roll.
I like that.
Hope, so I just want to make sure. So when I work in a Google Doc, I'm always wondering if the original is being preserved so that I don't mess it up. That's the case, right?
Yes. Not only does it save every version, but at this point, like the current version is in our agenda, as a record in
Okay.
the so I think we're okay.
Okay.
Is that in every agenda, the current version?
Got it.
No.
So for the agenda, you always have, what would be the difference is the title will always be the design guidelines, but the documents that you have is what you're talking about, that you probably have provided the information to Desiree, and that will be the version that she'll be able to post online. But I think that since this is still an internal this thing, that would be a draft because we'll be posting it as a draft of what you have done so far. So if everybody can do their own, and let us get one person, which will be Hope. So Hope can then be the person to send the version that you guys have worked on that you want to discuss at the meeting. So Hope can just send that one version to Desiree, and we'll be able to find out how we can post it on the website, just like the one that you have now.
But
Am I
won't,
making any sense?
well, if our team is working on a Google Doc,
Uh-huh.
that'll all be, everything will be together. And
Okay.
then, like I said, by the 31st, everyone will have contributed their comments,
Uh-huh.
and then we can download it as a document, and it'll be
Yes.
the six. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. They'll do it, and then you will send us that final document.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I will. Okay, I hear what you're saying. On the
Okay.
31st. Yes, I will do that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. But Michael, you still need me to send you the Google Doc and then an attachment of the original. I'm going to send that to you when we're off the phone, and then you are going to share this with this larger group as part of the follow-up, so it comes from you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right.
I wish we could just let you share among yourself, but but
I know.
that would
Yeah.
be it's a violation. I believe the last time this Ray talked to the board about there is a possibility that we may be able to have some grant, some funding that may be able to help with doing some of the graphics and some of the designs like that. So because basically what you have now is just the verbiage. We're talking about just the text. The designs are not yet there. That is, and this is consistent with what Stephen was saying. So if you have some design that you really think that should be in the guideline, please by all means make it making a point to let it be very clear. So even if we
Yeah.
hire somebody, we'll be telling them, yeah, we're helping us with the design of this section. This is the kind of design I want to put.
I'm thinking that we need to get through the text, which hopefully we will have confidence in next meeting. And then maybe the next meeting can be about settling on a design.
Okay.
Because I know there's concern that waiting for the grant to come in is going to take so long that we're worried about that.
Is there, I'm sorry if I missed this, but is there a, so I take it she has applied for a grant. And is there a timeline for hearing about that award?
We at this point in time we cannot guarantee that the award is coming on so and so day. No. So in the like what West University did was they having a grant from the West University Neighborhood Association. They have some money available that they opted to give to the WUSA for them to use for their design guidelines. So we didn't need to worry about that. But for your case and the other advisory board, we applied for a grant. We don't yet have an answer. We don't know. I cannot sit here and tell you that it will be available on this day. But I think what you people are doing is still a good thing to do. Let's just finish with our text and everything and get it ready. If the grant is not forthcoming per se, maybe you can proceed to do the same thing that Fodlo did. Fodlo did not want to wait for the grant for such a thing to be done, and they proceeded for their design guidelines to be approved as it is. So maybe they'll come back to the grant. So my recommendation would just be for us to keep working and get this ready for any time. If the grant comes, fine. If it is not, I believe we can also still find a way to do it. We can even put the existing graphics that you have in it, waiting that any day that we have, we can, because this thing is subject to revision anyway. We can always revise them and put the graphics if the money permits. That's what I think.
Okay.
Okay. All right, well, we have a plan. And if I would say if anyone feels like something comes up with them and they're overwhelmed and they can only do one section, I think just alert the group and I bet one of us will take it. Let's try to get it done collectively to keep going.
Can you repeat the date? Did you say the 27th? What was the date?
July 31st. That's a
31st.
Friday. That's
Okay.
when I want to check the doc and see that every section has comments in it.
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
And Michael, I don't know how like I said, I'm gonna send you these links and the link and the attachment soon in a minute. So I don't know how long it's gonna take you to turn it back around to the group, but hopefully just a day or so.
Yeah, it's not going to take long for us to. It's
Okay.
just a matter of forwarding it to the
Yeah.
group. It just has to come from the staff. I mean, if I
Yeah.
get it
Okay.
today, there's a chance that I might forward it today or I can do it tomorrow. You just forward it. There's nothing else to add to it. It's just that it has to be sent to the group from the staff. So that is not going to take too long for us to do that. This range is out that I can forward that to the group.
Mhm.
I got kicked off
Okay.
for a second there. So, are we done discussing the guidelines?
I think so.
Um, move on to staff updates. Do we have anything, Michael?
The only thing that I can say is I'll just be the same update that I believe Ms. Ray had provided to you last time. One of our lead planners that was newly hired actually resigned to take on a new position somewhere else. So there was an advert that went out for recruitment for a new historic preservation officer. Some applications have been received and they are under review at this point in time. That's the only thing I can say that is of interest to this group. So you will be seeing either myself or Desiree facilitating your meetings as we go forward until we have a new person in our office. I have been working directly with Polo on any minor reviews that come up in the Barrio, so I usually send it to him for him to send me back comments. If there's any other person who would like to be part of that, you can let us know so that in the event that Polo is not or is not available, I can tackle this. The issue is that the minor review, the turnaround is pretty quick. So when we send it out, we expect you to look at the plans and get back to us as quickly as you can. Other than that, I don't have any further updates.
Okay.
Great. Are there any more minor reviews coming up, Michael? Do you know?
In the barrio, I'll just get back to you on that.
Okay.
I don't have it in front of me here.
No
I
problem.
only have about one or two.
Okay. So I'm going to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Stephen. Hope,
I
Darren,
I
Mitch, Stephen,
Aye.
Paolo, yes.
Okay. Thank you. We
Yep.
are officially adjourned at 4:52 p.m.
Great. Thank you, everybody.
thank
Thanks,
you.
thank
Tom.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.